Good morning, everyone. Today, if you remember, I had the fascia cut out, the template. So today I'm going to go in the shop and I'm going to cut out the final resting place pieces, one for the front and one for the back. So I'll cut that out, put that on. I want to finish defining the overhang out here, and then the adhesive. The mystery adhesive actually came for the EPDM rubber roofing. So I'll show you that can of what it is. And I think I did not. I should have ordered 2 gallons. I only got 1. But I'll do at least half, a minimum of half of that rubber roof. Get that down. Once I can finish the roofing perimeter, then I can work my way down with starting to do the doors and do the trim, do the Dutch door on the front. That's going to be really interesting. We'll head inside and do jigsaw work. Probably take me an hour to do it. So I made a template out of a 1/4-inch Luan at $22 a sheet, rather than make a template out of the actual finished plywood at $66 a sheet. It's going to pretty well waste this whole sheet doing the front and the back, just because of the arch here. I'm really hoping I can get a second one. I'm pretty sure I can. I kind of looked at it. I told Lauren the back, the gable end, my ideas that have not necessarily been the artist, painter ideas. These would be pretty cool looking balloons. Do a bunch of balloons with strings coming down and a little kid holding all the balloons on the back of the Vardo. You know, a painting of that. The thing is, who's going to be the artist to paint that? Anyway, I'm not sure that they were sold on that. And that's okay. I'm good with whatever. I have my hands full with doing all the other things for this. We'll see how much plywood is left over after we mark the second one. All right, there's that one. Oh yeah, we got 6 inches left there. So just a little information. Poplar is a hardwood species, like oak, maple, all of those, beech, all of them. But it's the softer of the hardwoods. Kind of like, almost like spruce pine or fir. Hemlock's a little bit harder. But so it's cutting easier than I anticipated because it is poplar. Up here we call it popple. I don't know why, but anyway. So it should go a little easier than I first expected. For me, a tendency has been to, when you're cutting with a jigsaw, is to try to push it a lot and not let the saw do the cutting. It cuts a lot smoother and better if you just let the saw do the work. Da-da, da-da, da-da. So just a sample, I counted 11 layers of plywood that they glue. Typically they will cross laminate it. They'll run it the long way this way, and then the next one this way, to give it strength. It's said with like a SPF plywood, spruce pine fir, kind of, you're guaranteed to hit a knot whenever you go all the way through there, because they'll put the best layers on the outside, and then progressively they get chintzier and worser. Worser? I don't know. Anyway, worse on the inside. You can see a little bit missing there. That's where a knot was. And so I'm sure you'll hit that in places. Just a little side note. Two out of 34 done. I shall not bore you with this, but that's going to be it's just have to do that all the way around. So I'll get these done, and then we'll move on to the next thing. And it's official. I've got them, had the permanent ones all cut. So cuteness level is about to happen for real. Well, okay, so we have the fascia on the front, that cutesy little thing. I'm just going to run metal coil stock across and come underneath. It'll come up about that far, 4 inches or so, 5 inches. Run that all the way across there. Then that will define what the rubber roofing is going to go to. So there won't be actually an exposed fascia on the sides. There will be probably some kind of trim underneath the overhang. The first thing is to cut and bend the metal. Let's go into the metal brake and do that. I've already cut off a piece. It's a little over 6 feet, 6'4". I can't do the Vardo is 12 feet long for the roof. This metal brake only goes a little over 10 feet, so I couldn't do that. So I'm going to do it in two sections. I'm going to first cut them at, I've set stops at 6 inches to cut. So I'll do that first. Just pull those out. That automatically sets it at a 6-inch rip. One. I'm going to need 4 of them. Whoa, whoa. Gotta bring the cutter back. This coil stock, it was $135, I think, for a 50-foot roll by 2 feet. And it's colored, it's black on the other side, so that will fit nicely with the colored roofing. Okay, I don't need those. So basically, I'm going to put about a 3/4 inch bend, and let me just show you this. When you're doing colors, you have to make sure you get the right side out. So let's see. Can you see that right there? Anyway, right here, if you have it flush, is 3/4 inch. So I'm going to go just maybe a 1/16 over that, about 3/4. I'm over bending it just a little bit because what I want is when I nail it up there, I want this little bend up so that when this is the outside of where the rubber roofing will be, when it hits this, I don't want it to come back. I want it just to drip straight down. So I put a little more of a bend on it so that it won't come back against the siding. This is going to be really nice. It'll give it some more definition so that after I glue the rubber roofing, I can cut the rubber even with the bottom of this drip edge. One more, then I'll go out and start putting it up. There, okay, let's go put it up. Okay, so these are going up under the metal roof, rubber roofing. I can't flop it back up easily, so I'm just going to nail it on. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see me do that, but we'll nail it on, and then we're ready to start putting on the adhesive. Now I'm getting ready to cut the for the gable end. I can't do an L bend and go up over that because it won't flex properly. It'll crinkle when you put the bottom of the L on it. So it's just going to go flat up over, and I'll give it an inch overhang and pull the rubber roofing out to the edge of that. So I'm going to cut 2 of them at 4 inches wide. I've already set the stops at 4 inches. Usually the metal brake is only good for 10 feet, but you can kind of stretch it, and so that's what I've done. A little. I cut them long because I don't know the exact length up over. So let's go out and put these up. Well, okay, so apparently this whole roof job reminds me of spaghetti because the rubber roofing handled like spaghetti. This coil stock handles like spaghetti. Whoops. Get up there. I'm putting the black facing down so that what shows will be black underneath. Hopefully it's long enough. It must be over there. Okay. Well, I had about 3 inches left over. So I guess it's under 10 feet. That's good. Good. Perfect. All right. That finishes the front. I'll go do the back. And then we're ready, I believe, to put the roofing on. So, you ever have one of those things where you know what you're going to do, and you just I've never done rubber roofing before. So I'm a little apprehensive about it. Even though it's a matter of just rolling on the adhesive and then putting the rubber back to where it was. I guess I'll just move this back. Go over and do the other side a little. I'm going to do the front half of the roof first, and then pull it back over that, hopefully smoothly. Well, this part's going real easy. I'm going to say that's it. Okay, so I'll just roll out the adhesive. Hey, I need to show you the adhesive. I promised you I would. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so it doesn't smell bad. It's acrylic water-based bonding adhesive. This is Alpha brand, Alpha Systems. And then it's got stuff written in French. I don't do French, sorry. So it's water-based. You don't want to use a petroleum oil base because apparently it'll like dissolve the rubber roofing. That would be bad. This stuff, I took the cover off and there was a little bit on the cover. It is tenacious. It is sticky. So I'm pretty sure when we put this on, hopefully I don't spill it, that it's going to be a really good job. So back over there. Okay, so I'm putting the drone up so we can get a better bird's eye view of this. So it says it goes on white and it dries clear. Uh-oh, is this long enough? Oh yeah. So my roller isn't working good. I have to get another roller. Good girl. Is that enough interruptions? Okay, back to where I was. I had to get a different roller. This one didn't roll out well. I just got a little, boy, that is sticky. Man. It says it'll do 120 square feet. This is 10 by 12, 160 square feet. And this roof is only 120 square feet, so in theory, it should be enough. Well, so far so good. Oh yeah, that's sticky. Okay, that's half. I gotta work it just a little bit more, but it looks like it's gonna go okay. So that's the best angle I can get for you, sorry. So I put the adhesive on that side and rolled it back, and I think you saw that. And now I'm doing this side. I pulled it back a little bit to expose the adhesive over here. If you hear my phone going off, that's Chad and Dan chatting. We have a three-way chat group, and I'm currently not part of it. Chad got not brand new, he got a new trailer, enclosed trailer that he's using to move his stuff around. And it just happened that Dan is working down in that area, but kind of too far away to try to catch up. So they're chit-chatting. I'm like the third wheel out. I think Dan might be pouring some concrete today. I'm not sure. It looks like there will be enough adhesive. Did I mention this stuff is sticky? I mean, it's sticky. It's almost like super glue if you get some on your thumb and finger and hold them together. I have the adhesive over the entire roof, and I started pulling it back on the other side. So I'll let this sit for the rest of today, and then come back tomorrow and I'll trim it, and then we're going to see the final look of the roof. Okay, we'll let the sun do its thing, heat it up and help cure it. What time is it? It's like the middle of the afternoon, 3 o'clock or so. All right, so tomorrow I'll come back and I'll trim with a knife all the way around. That's going to really crisp up the lines. Another thing I wanted to do is I'm going to do something coming down here for, it might be some ornamental scallop like that. I think that would look sharp. I have the material, so I might do that. Okay, that's it for today, but it's not the end of this video. There'll be more. Dee, 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 dee. All right. Well, next day, let's, I think some of it I'm going to have to add more adhesive. Kind of don't like, it's not sticking well enough to the metal. It did say that it needs, if it's a non-porous material, you need to coat both sides. I coated the metal thinking that would take care of it. But anyway, here's a big deal. With the roof done, now it's time to move on to other things. The next step I want to do is make sure that there's 3 items that I need to make sure fit before I close in, like the door openings here, before I seal up this part on both sides. So the propane tank is going here so that I can run a line to the cook stove that will be out here on the deck. The other thing is I need to make sure I have a space here for the solar generator, so that's easy to access. All the electrical is going to be plugged into this, and then over on the other side, let's go take a peek over there. I have to locate, probably in this area is going to be the heat system. It's going to be a kerosene diesel heater. So that's all going to mount in here, and it just draws a small amount of electrical that I have to run over to where the solar generator is. So that's the three things that I got to do. So I'm going to start with the propane. Why not? This will be the bay that the propane tank goes into. I picked up a propane hose assembly. There will go, it's 5 feet long, so I have plenty of room for movement. It will go out, I'm picturing drilling a hole through here and bring it up so that it can easily cook into the hook stove, hook into the cook stove. So I picked up a base, and I don't know if you can tell, but it sticks out like about 2 inches too much. So I've got to cut this out and move the wall in. Just this, in here is the sink area, just to make sure that there's room to get insulation and so on inside of this. But I need to extend this little cubicle here 2 or 3 inches. So I'm going to cut this out. So let me just demonstrate a little bit. Just like that. It needs to go in about 2 inches. So that shouldn't be too hard to do. Look at that, sits right on there. Okay, so I have a corded Sawzall. I just have to cut this plate out. I'm not just arbitrarily cutting somewhere. I did measure. I got that all figured out. Ta-da! Huh. I guess that base is going to stay on there. Maybe. Just as I had to cut out the plate, the bottom plate over there, I have to do the same here, because when the solar generator is setting in here, I need room where the outlets will be to plug them in. This is actually going to be like the breaker box for the Vardo. So I need it in another 2 or 3 inches again. So I'll cut out this bottom plate, do the same thing that I did over there. Okay, all cut out. So I'll make some sort of a block around here so it doesn't move around while going down the road. So that gives room to bring power down in here. There's 6 plug-ins. There's also on this one, I'm not sure if I'll use this one or not. So there's also DC that I'll be running over to the heater on the other side. I think we ought to go over there in a minute. I'm ready to block all of this in now, and then I can close in these doors to finish this side. But anyway, so the electrical will be, the DC plug-in will be going over to the heater on that side. Then we've covered these 3 items: the cook stove, the heat, and electrical. I'm building a simple box. It's supposed to be simple. It turned out to be a little bit more to it than I anticipated. This is to box in for the propane tank from the inside. So I took some measurements inside. You'll see how it fits on there. Because we have the angled wall and I need to build a straight wall inside. So it changed. It's been a little figuring out. I want to build a box fairly tight so that there's not any air infiltration. Well, let's go see if it fits out there. So there's the box you can see I built. So I'm going to sit right there, like that. I can screw that into here, and then I'll put a cross piece across to tie in that, and then I'll put a top on it. And I have to put a piece of lumber up through here to seal that up. So I definitely I don't want any leaks here, so I've siliconed all the way around everything I could think of. And now I'm going to do the top. I cut this piece and I marked it so I know exactly where it goes. Poomp. This should be a good height so this countertop will come right over this and cover all of this up. There, that takes care of one of the 3 places I have to box in. The next will be the solar generator area. So this box for the solar generator went a lot faster because I already have, so now I have a plan and I know what I wanted to do. So that is really good. Well, that was a pretty good accomplishment, getting those 2 things boxed in. I have a couple of short clips of the homestead, the Kenstead. Hope you enjoy that. So, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, hit the like button, and do the other things. Have a great day. Okay, see you later. And share it, I guess, is a good thing. See you later. Just a quick update on the chickens. They are laying eggs. I never formally said that, I guess. 2 to 3 eggs per day. One of them is slacking. I don't know which one. But also I had to put a golf ball back in here because it seems if it's not there, they just go in the coop anywhere. I don't know why that is. So I put a golf ball in, and one of them agreed to lay in there. The other one still put it out there. We'll see what happens today. Just a little side note.